What's going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome to week 3 of the NCP. This is going to be the team builder. We are currently 0-2. It does not feel good to say that. It is depressing to say that. So this is where we have to make a comeback. This is where we have to do everything we can to try to make the comeback and win this week. Unfortunately, it is not going to be easy because we are going up against Kurt and his Walt Disney Landorus. Now, his team is super good. I think I have a really good matchup though. Like, I think I have a phenomenal matchup. You can see that he has a Lando, Suicune, Raikou, Aromatisse, Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Celebi, Skuntank, Machamp, and Bouffalant. So from what I'm expecting of him, he said in his draft analysis how much he's excited to toxic stall people, so I fully prepared for that. I fully expected to see that for a bit, but I also know that the way that I'm going to win this is by out offensing him, because they need to bring a certain amount of prep for my offense, and it can't be matched by their offense. So I'm really excited for this team that I'm bringing. I'm going to start out with my Zarude, which, by the way, if you look at Zarude close enough, you can see my logo on its cape. I'm so happy. So Zarude this week is a phenomenal Pokemon. It is a phenomenal Pokemon. It hits everything on their entire team for at least neutral damage, which is massive aside from Skuntank. Now, Skuntank, I'm expecting just because it is a good check to this thing, but I'm also expecting Bouffalant because it's a good check to this thing. So the moves that I'm running on this are Jungle Healing, Darkest Area, Power Whip, and Bulk Up. So a couple things. If he doesn't bring Bouffalant, I'm expecting the Aromatisse to be his main switch into me. I'm expecting that to be what he tries to use to be able to chip me down or break me after he's gotten a little bit of a offensive break from it. So Jungle Healing allows me to switch in on his Suicune guaranteed every single time without fail, no matter what. I'm very comfortable at switching in on Scalds because I can Jungle Healing up, I can get rid of the burn, I can also get back up to full health after a Scald and a take of rocks. Darkest Lariat is there because it is able to hit the Celebi as well as the Aegislash pretty well. Now, Power Whip plus Bulk Up is really big for the Aromatisse, because if I get up a single Bulk Up after Stealth Rocks with the Miracle Seed that you guys saw that I had on the front of this stats, is that with the Miracle Seed I can actually kill after a hit of rocks plus a little bit of chip damage. So if I'm able to pivot around this team the way I want to, this Pokemon is able to break through every single member of their team, and they're going to struggle to be able to break me back with Power Whip and Darkest Lariat as stabs. He could go into Intimidate Lando, but I honestly don't even know if Lando comes to this game, because I have really good answers to Landorus, like really good. So I wonder if it's going to come to this game, but at the end of the day, it's a Landorus, and he could switch in, depending on his investment, he could take a lot of damage from a Power Whip at neutral. He could take up to like 40 to 50% because of how strong this Pokemon is. So very good Pokemon this week. I love it a lot, but the only thing I love more than this Pokemon this week is my Zeraora. Now, this Zeraora I'm super excited for a couple different reasons. One, Plasma Fist, Knockoff, Bulk Up, and Sub. This allows me to essentially beat everything on my opponent's entire draft, kind of, with Landorus, which is why I'm expecting Landorus to come, because it is a really good stop to this thing. But if he uses it to check my Zarude and takes a couple Power Whips, then I'm no longer worried about it, because this Pokemon can destroy my opponent. I have enough Spadef investment to make sure that Scalds from Suicune never break my Sub. I'm trying to think what else doesn't break my Sub on the specially defensive side. There's a couple of things that don't. I think a Moonblast is a roll to... No. It's Aurasphere from non-life orbed Raikou. If he's AV Raikou, I can sub up in front of it because I outspeed it guaranteed. Can't break my Sub. I can bulk up, and then I can just start going to town. Knockoff is going to start doing a lot of damage after +1s. And even with no attack investment, I can still do a lot of damage to things like Aromatisse, to things like Suicune. And Suicune is also not able to roar me out if I'm behind a Sub, because Plasma Fists will then turn Roar into an electric type move, and it'll give me Volt Absorb. So very good move in that aspect. So this is a phenomenal Pokemon. I'm really excited to use it. I think that this set is fire. Again, just SPDEF EVs and HP EVs ensure that Scalds don't break subs. I might make sure that the EVs are optimal beforehand. I'm going to double check all that, but I think it should be good. Speed is for Raikou, and then the rest is in attack and defense, but super good Pokemon. And I'm also leftovers, in case you couldn't guess that. But next up is a very good Techmon this week that I'm super excited for, and that is going to be my Zapdos. So Zapdos this week is super standard in the EVs, nothing super crazy, but Thunderous Kick, a Brave Bird, Stomping Tantrum, U-Turn. This Pokemon has a phenomenal matchup, and I'm really excited to be able to say this. Thunderous Kick into another move kills every single Pokemon on my opponent's roster. If you do not know, also shout out Tezzy for this, because Tezzy was the one that brought that up to me. If he switches into his Aegislash on a Thunderous Kick, Stomping Tantrum then becomes 150 base power, and it can do like 80% to an Aegislash. It can do so much damage, and then Aegislash is not able to beat down my Zarude from that amount of health, even if its weakness policy Shadow Sneak is doing like nothing. I love the Stomping Tantrum tech. Super cool. I love it a lot, but Thunderous Kick into Brave Bird just does so much damage to my opponent's entire team. With Defiant, I'm able to ensure that Lando can't come in and try to check me, because it'll just get me to +2 attack, or well, +1 attack technically. And I'm also Wakanberry for the Raikou. So everything else dies to this Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. This is my favorite Pokemon that I have drafted in years. I love this Pokemon just because, like, looking at the calcs make me happy, and knowing that it is essentially a 2-for-1 every single week. It's great. I think they undervalued this Pokemon. I love it so much. I think it has a lot of utility on a team, but that is the goal with this, is to be able to U-turn, force in something once I've killed Aegislash, force in something, U-turn on it, and then go ahead in another direction. But I have a feeling if I end up killing Aegislash with this, that he's going to end up going Suicune on this, and then I can go either one of my Grass Monkey or my Tiger, and I can just start going to town. So super cool Pokemon. Next up, we have got Nidoqueen. Super standard this week. It is Sheer Force Life Orb, because they do not have a really good switch into it. Their only real switch into Earth Power is Lando, or I mean, I guess they have Gyarados too, but this Pokemon just hits super hard versus them. And I do have Rocks and Toxic Spikes on this, because I only need dual stab. So depending on what they bring, I can set up a layer of Toxic Spikes, and I might actually be able to reverse Toxic Stall them on certain Pokemon depending on what they have. But this is also going to be my Aromatisse check, my main switch into it. I want to fit on Ice Beam. I'm going to try to fit on Ice Beam, honestly, just because it does have such a good matchup. I'm going to try to fit on Ice Beam. I might put it on over T-Spikes, but I definitely at least need Rocks. But in all of my mocks, even with Sheer Force Life Orb, I was able to get up both Rocks and T-Spikes, which really did come in handy versus certain Pokemon. So I really do like this Pokemon a lot. Next up, we have my Blastoise. Now, Blastoise is just the standard Blastoise Phys Def. It's here to switch in to Arrow as well as Lando. And I have Rapid Spin, Flip Turn, Scald, and Haze. Flip Turn is there specifically because Suicune is going to probably come in on this every single time, and I can take advantage of that with my first two Pokemon that I went over in this video. And that puts a lot of pressure on them, and that's really what I want. I'm not going to be spamming Scald with this Pokemon. I'm not going to be doing much of anything. I'm going to be clicking Flip Turn to be able to get in the Suicune and then be able to start bulking up and sub bulk up with my my Zeraora. So that is that. And last but not least, I'm super excited to be bringing Mesprit finally. After 2 weeks, I'm super excited to finally be bringing this Pokemon. I have a little bit of speed to be able to speed creep some speed creeps depending on what they invest in. If Lando is speed creeping like uninvested Mesprit, or like 36 invested, because I know that's what a lot of those people do, is they speed creep 36 invested. I'm going 52, but that also helps out with Machamp, I believe, Adamant Max Speed Machamp, I believe, but I'm U-Turn, Psychic, Nasty Plot, and Shadow Ball. So these moves, if he brings a fatter team versus me, which I'm fully expecting a fatter team versus me, This Pokemon breaks them. It does super well at forcing them to pick a sack, and that is really what I wanted this Pokemon to do. I wanted this Pokemon to be able to say, okay, you have to give up your Aromatisse or your Aegislash, if not both. You then have to give up 50% on something else, and then I'm comfortable with letting this Pokemon go down or saving it as a sack later on in the video, just because it does have that type of breaking potential with Psychic plus Shadow Ball. Very good coverage, and U-turn for Celebi as well, if they decide to try to set up rocks turn 1. But that is going to be the team for week 3 of the NCP. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hope you guys like the new layout. If you do, please make sure to leave a like down below for me, and also make sure you check out Kurt. His link will be down in the description below. But with that all, I'm going to go ahead and head on out of here. Thank you all so much for being a part of this community. Make sure you guys leave a like for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.